What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews. We got 2 games of the WNBA. I got 2 picks for you. If that sounds interesting, let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
Jumping into Props Matters for this one, the best tool you're going to find if you like betting on player props. You get a 7-day free trial, plus you get a juicy discount when you use the code DAFT when you sign up. I also rely on projections. If you want to check out where I get my projections from, it's all from RotoWire. I've got a link in the video description as well. So I've got 2 games on this slate, the Dream versus the Fever, and then we've got the Connecticut Sun facing the Storm once again. I've got 1 pick from each game. Let me explain to you the reasons why, and we'll get the hell out of here. So the first player we're looking at here is Ryan Howard, and I'm betting her over 16.5 points today. And if you would ask me why, which I'm going to explain to you anyway, it's because it doesn't make any fucking sense. This league is absolutely backwards. I've finally given in, and I've accepted the fact that common sense and isn't going to work. So pretty much betting the opposite of what the data is telling me right now. So let me explain it to you. Ryan Howard has an awful matchup against the Fever. Firstly, she only hits this 38% of the time on the season. But if we break down the matchup here for Ryan Howard, it's absolutely disgusting. Firstly, looking at shot zones, Ryan Howard heavily dependent on scoring above the break. You can see right here, 64% of her points come from above the break, and she's versing the Indiana Fever, who allowed the second fewest points above the break. We can also see here similar types of players, Jewel Lloyd, Kayla McBride, obviously Jewel Lloyd once again. All 3 of them with very similar scoring profiles to Ryan Howard have all gone under their points line anyway. So that points to an under. The season shot chart points to an under. And if we look at the play type analysis, we can see here they allow the second fewest points to pick and roll ball handlers. They allow the 4th fewest points in transition. They allow the 2nd fewest points to spot up shooters. It's a nightmare matchup for Ryan Howard. So it doesn't make sense for me to bet the over here, but I feel more confident about it because my natural inclination here was to bet the under. Her hit rate sucks. The matchup sucks. She's got Alicia Gray, Breonna Jones, Brittany Griner, Jordan Canada, a lot of girls she's got to share the ball with. I'm betting the over here. Goes against common sense, but that's what we're rolling with. Had I bet this way all season, I'd be a very rich bear. But right now, I'm broke as a joke. So let's see how this strategy rolls. In terms of points allowed, they allow the 2nd fewest points to her position as well. So more reasons to take the under. When all signs point to the under, I'm betting the over. That's just all it is. So jumping into the next one, we've got the Connecticut Sun versus the Seattle Storm. The Sun just beat the Storm by like 10, despite being 20-point underdogs. They managed to get the win. So all signs in this game script-wise, Seattle come back, absolutely pound the Connecticut Sun, cover the spread with ease. That's what should happen. And in terms of props, I'm looking at Nneka Ogwumike in this one, and I'm looking at under 16.5 points. And the reason why, very similar to Ryan Howard, is because all signs point to an over for Nneka. She's averaging 17 points this season. She just played the Connecticut Sun. She took 15 shots in that game. She was only 5 for 15. She shot 33% from the field. This is a prime bounce back spot. And normally I'd be hammering Nneka's overs in this scenario because it's a really soft matchup in a great bounce back spot against the exact same team. Looking at the shot zones here, we can see Nneka loves to score her points around the basket. This Connecticut Sun team allows the most points in the restricted area in the league. And if we look at the play type analysis, my lord, she loves to score in the spot up. No one gives up more spot up points than the Connecticut Sun. They're below average when it comes to defending the pick and roll. They allow a ton of points in transition. They give up a lot of free throws as well. This is just a prime matchup for Nneka. If we look at this shortcut here, we can say they allow the most points in the paint. They have the lowest defensive rating. They allow the 2nd most points to her position. All signs point to the over, but I'm zigging while I should be zagging, or you can reverse that. I don't know what it's called, but I'm taking the under here because it makes too much sense to bet her over. Fucking crazy. But I bought into this because I was losing my damn mind betting on what makes sense. We're flipping the script here, betting the complete opposite. So they're the 2 straight picks that I have. Now, I'm thinking of running some value type plays or taking a little bit more risk, hunting for some players who could reach their ceiling. And for some of them, I'm looking at potentially Breonna Jones. She's been excellent in her matchups against the Fever. Points and rebounds. Honestly, that's a good look. That might be another one you bet the under on. But I think Breonna Jones can get to work here against this Fever team, up against Natasha Howard. We've got Caitlin Clark. She also has a prime bounce back spot against the Dream. She was terrible against the Valks. She should bounce back, but shit, her lines are high as hell. But they've actually started to move. This is at 32.5 when I initially looked at it. It's come down to 31.5. So somebody's betting the unders on Caitlin Clark already. But she's in a prime bounce back spot. Likely goes under. Aaliyah Boston. She struggled against the Dream this season. She sucked against the Valkyrie. Could be a bounce back spot. Not too sure what to do with Aaliyah Boston, to be honest with you. But then in the next game, I think there's tremendous value in the Connecticut Sun versus Storm. For example, there's no lines for Skylar Diggins. There's lines for Skylar Diggins available. They're just not on Props Madness right now. I don't know if that has anything to do with her changing her name. But one thing that's caught my attention is Erica Wheeler and her assist prop. Her line's at 3.5, but a lot of success against Connecticut this season. 6 and 7 assists in those 2 games. Could see more of that. So Erica Wheeler potentially be looking to play something juicy there. And we've got Anissa Morrow. Anissa Morrow was a very popular bet in that last game. She only had 6 points, 7 rebounds. But we saw Tina Charles go crazy. Tina Charles saw a lot of minutes. Tina Charles hasn't been playing that many minutes as of late. But if everything returns to normal, I think there's a lot of value here on Anissa Morrow and getting some boards. Her over is heavily juiced. So I probably have to look at 7 boards here to get some really good odds. But that's one value player that I'm angling. And then there's this chick here, JC Sheldon. 2 games against the Storm this season. 15 and 16 points. She doesn't have a points line, but I think it's at about 6.5, 7.5. But if you take her for 10, you're going to get plus 160. If you take her for 15, which she's got in both games against the Storm already, who knows what you're going to get. But that's something that's caught my attention. And then Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams, rebounds and assists. I bet on that last time. It sucked because the Storm weren't good. But if we're anticipating that the Storm blow them out, let me show you something. This is how Gabby Williams performs when the Storm win by more than 10. So when they win by more than 10 points, she averages 12.8 rebounds and assists, and she's covered this rebounds and assists line in every single game. It's the reason why I bet it last time, but I obviously got the game script wrong. The game script should return to normal here, and Gabby Williams should be able to eat on the rebounds and the assist side of things. So, yeah, just a couple extra things that I'm considering. We'll see. It's pretty early as I record this, but found a spare moment in the day to make it happen. But we'll see what happens. This WNBA season has been absolutely chaotic, but I've accepted the truth. Common sense doesn't work. So we'll be fading all common sense for the rest of July and see if we can turn a profit there. We'll see. It's all part of the fun. But at the end of the day, it's no fun if you're losing. So doing all we can to turn this thing around. There is the NBA Summer League going on at the moment, and I did consider having a crack at that. But in reality, I haven't been watching. I haven't been too close to the NBA. These rookies, people fighting for contracts. I'll just be shooting in the dark and probably work out better than betting on the WNBA, but we'll see. We'll see. I've made a commitment here. I'm going to try to do what I can to make this WNBA thing work. But I do appreciate you guys who continue to watch the videos that I do put up. Appreciate the support, the messages, the emails. You guys are absolute legends. You guys understand it. But regardless, hopefully we can turn this thing around. I'll be nervously watching these 2 games, hoping these 2 picks cash, but we'll see what happens. If it does, then we might have unlocked the greatest edge anybody has ever seen in the WNBA. But hey, we'll see. Hope you guys cash out. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.